G'day, Skarvig here, and I'm having a look at some of the details of an upcoming survival game called Alone in the Outback. And what seems to be setting this one apart from all the others is it's obviously set in Australia. Given that I am actually from Australia myself, it seems quite interesting to me to be able to have a look at this game. All we have at the moment are a couple of little short videos and a few screenshots, so there's not a lot to it, but we can at least glean some things from that. Some of the things that I'm liking the looks of, albeit they're quite simplistic at this point in time because, you know, we've only got a little bit of footage of obviously some very early development. But I'm really liking the landscape. They seem to have really nailed the landscape of Australia with the red dirt that we see in the centre of Australia, the gum trees, the rocky landscape and things like that. And then with the buildings, even though the buildings do look a little bit crummy, the whole fact that they look like they're made out of corrugated iron and, you know, cobbled together bits of twigs and stones and whatever else that can actually get slapped together, that you might actually see basically in Outback Australia, where somebody's just cobbled something together to make it work. And after we look at some of that terrain stuff, we then have the creatures themselves. And so there's some simple screenshots here of, say, the kangaroos. So obviously have some of the nicer creatures that you would actually see in Australia, as well as some of the nasties. So they got the little clip there of a snake being caught in a trap. We have the crocodile, which obviously is quite deadly in the Northern Territory. If you enter their habitat, they tend to like to eat you. And I would assume that a lot of the other creatures will turn up, things like the spiders and everything else like that. And it's not just the creatures that will actually be forming the survival experience. There's actually a huge opportunity here to take all the difficulties that you would have in the Outback. The fact that it's hot quite a lot of the time, if you don't know where you're actually finding the bush tucker, if you don't know where you're going to be finding water, or even how to collect water if it's not actually available, and things like that, you know, survival in the Outback is actually very, very difficult, let alone the actual things that are actually out to get you. So yes, this game has a potential for creating a very unique survival experience. And I don't think they have to go really too far to come up with ideas to make it different and stand out from all the other survival games in the market. Well, that brings us to the end, as there's not a lot of footage to really go over, but I thought I'd at least show that this game is out there. They currently only really have a Steam store page, they have a Twitter account and a TikTok, but really all you're going to find when you go there is these particular videos. But you can always go there and shoot them a follow if you're interested in seeing the development as it comes along. They are only a tiny company, as they say on their thing, coming basically out of Melbourne in Victoria. It doesn't really say how many of them are actually working on the project, but that doesn't really bother me. I'm very keen to see how it all goes, and I'll be following this one as it comes along. Alright, let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.